The civilian death toll and ongoing humanitarian crisis in the Gaza Strip has gotten so bad that the UN is now looking to act. Although I should tell you that considering the United States has veto power, it is unlikely to go through. But with that said, UN Chief António Guterres has invoked Article 99 of the UN Charter. You might be wondering, what the hell is Article 99? What does that mean? Well, it calls for a ceasefire. It is the first time that Guterres has invoked Article 99 of the UN Charter, which states that the UN Secretary General may bring to the attention of the Security Council any matter which, in his opinion, may threaten the maintenance of international peace and security. Now, I want to emphasize that this clause is rarely used by the United Nations, and it is part of their charter, but again, rarely used. And it is a dramatic move. Guterres on Wednesday of this week wrote to members of the Security Council and urged them to collectively call for a ceasefire and a full humanitarian ceasefire, not a pause in fighting. He said that 2 months of war had created appalling human suffering, physical destruction, and collective trauma across Israel and the occupied Palestinian territory. And just to go back to what I was saying earlier, the United States does have veto power, so does China, France, Russia, and the UK. The international community, Guterres says, has a responsibility to use all its influence to prevent further escalation and end this crisis. I urge the members of the Security Council to press to avert a humanitarian catastrophe. Now, in northern Gaza, 97% of households have inadequate food. Approximately 83% of southern Gaza are now adopting extreme consumption strategies just to survive. And the Israel-Hamas war has caused unimaginable loss, destruction, and misery in the Strip, according to the United Nations World Food Program. This is urgent, says Guterres. The civilian population must be spared from greater harm. With a humanitarian ceasefire, the means of survival can be restored and humanitarian assistance can be delivered in a safe and timely manner across the Gaza Strip. Now, depending on which figures you have more faith in, the Palestinian Health Ministry is arguing that there are now 18,000 casualties in the Gaza Strip. The Euromed Monitor, which is a humanitarian group, does its own count, and they say that 21,000 people have been killed as a result of the IDF's aerial bombardments. So the situation is dire, and it is impossible to get humanitarian aid in. Hospitals are no longer functioning as a result of the lack of fuel. It is a horrific situation, and as you all know, residential buildings have been completely destroyed. People have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to go for safety, and they have nowhere to go back to once the war is over because their homes have been destroyed.
Yeah, this is the power of propaganda because online you look at people and they say, oh yeah, no, the world is with Israel. That's not remotely true. The entire world is united in saying, please stop killing the Palestinians. What is wrong with you? Why do you continue to drop 2,000-pound bombs in residential areas, murdering civilians on the ground, wantonly, indiscriminately? Oh, there's a Hamas fighter in a tunnel, totally unaffected, underneath the building, maybe, so I killed hundreds of people by dropping a bomb on them and lighting them on fire and crushing their skulls, their bodies, and then their family members had to pick apart, oh, there's his leg, oh, there's my kid's arm. If it hurts you to hear that, I can guarantee you that it hurts a lot more to actually experience it in Gaza. So the whole world is begging Israel, will you, for God's sake, stop? Enough, stop already. And let's be honest about it, it's your fault in the first place. Oh no, you can't blame Israel. Israel's just such a lovely, wonderful democracy. I mean, they were just occupying 5 million Palestinians for over 50 years. They had their boot right on their neck and said, you're not human. You're violent savages. We're gonna occupy you because all you understand is violence. What? We're a wonderful democracy. We're such a great ally. Drive hatred, and then go, oh, I can't believe the Muslims hate us. I can't believe the Palestinians hate us. No, so if you're deluded and you're in a bubble and you think, oh, yeah, everybody supports Israel because I saw it on cable news, MSNBC and CNN and Fox News agreed. Even they barely don't agree these days. But mainstream media generally, especially before this conflict, my whole life, Oh, they all tell me that everybody loves Israel. Oh, and if anyone doesn't like Israel, they're just anti-Semites. They should know that we get to occupy Muslims for 50 years if we want 500 years. They should know when they are ruled. We rule them. But no, everything's gonna be great. So then, now the UN says, okay, can we, for God's sake, stop killing people? And the US says, hell no.
Well, they haven't responded to it yet, but if I were to guess, if I were to make a prediction, I just find it difficult to believe that the United States would not veto this effort.
They always veto it. Look, maybe there's a giant 180-degree turn overnight, but Joe Biden has never checked Israel. He's green-lighted every massacre, every illegal war crime, and so have the Republicans. So if history is any guide, and what did the US do, by the way? The Palestinians years ago came to the United Nations and said, hey, we'd like to do this diplomatically. Not through war, not through terrorism, but we'd like to be declared a state just like Israel was. Exactly like Israel was. And the US said, veto! How dare you try diplomacy? Diplomacy is terrorism. No way. What do you think you are, a human being?
So that reminds me of the response from Israel to what the UN is trying to do here. So
let me guess, everybody's anti-Semitic.
Okay, so let's go to the CNBC excerpt from their reporting. Israeli Foreign Minister Eli Cohen on Wednesday said the UN chief's tenure was a danger to world peace.
No, you're a danger to world peace.
And suggested his push to activate Article 99 constituted support of the Palestinian militant group Hamas.
Yeah. Nobody, look, I know that in American media and politics, they still take Israeli propaganda seriously. No one else on planet Earth does. Oh, if you dare criticize us killing 17,000 civilians and crushing all those babies and kids and moms and grandmas, well, then you're aiding Hamas. You're all terrorists. The Palestinians are not a tranquil population, Lindsey Graham said. That they basically had it coming. That's exactly the ideology of terrorists. So Eli Cohen, of course, talking like a terrorist and saying that if you support not murdering Palestinians, that you're the terrorist. Okay, two can play at that game. By the way, this is not any gamesmanship. This is real. Every bomb dropped in the middle of a city, like Israel's doing, is an act of terrorism. Oh no, you can't call Israel terrorists. They get to kill all the civilians. They get to kill 10 times, 20 times as many civilians as the ones we do call terrorists, and that they are terrorists. We get to kill 20 times as many, but we're not terrorists. We missed again. Oh, more collateral damage. Anti-Semite. Everybody's an anti-Semite. I get to do it because America's backing us. The whole world doesn't matter because America's gonna give us money to kill those Palestinians. America's gonna block this in the UN like they blocked everything else. And as long as we own America, oh, no, you can't say that, sorry. AIPAC doesn't exist, Democratic majority for Israel doesn't exist. There is no lobbying in America. There is no legalized bribery. Oh yeah, let's all pretend it doesn't exist. Okay, you can pretend anything you like, but America's gonna strike that down and greenlight Israel murdering more Palestinians, and they're gonna send them money to murder more Palestinians.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. We really appreciate it, guys. And we appreciate it if you become members because that allows us to be independent, honest, progressive, all the things that you don't get from corporate media. And all of that is because of you guys. Hit the join button below and become one of us, become a Young Turk.